Yeah. I feel you on the energy thing, because definitely I think I at least try to do like bits that just get me energized.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I now always want to start with the JFK bit, because it gets me so energized. It gets me so happy that I then am like excited for the rest of the set, because I don't have to build up to it. I'm already at the peak of my energy, so I'm ready to just ride that on.
I have a couple bits like that as well. Like I have this bit about dollies that and it's two jokes smashed into one. But anytime I get to the dollies joke and I bring up, I go, I've been helping a buddy move, and we were using dollies. There's always this pause when I say dollies, and it makes me laugh always. I don't know why, just because I recognize like how absurd this thing I'm about to say is. So that makes me laugh, and then I'm in a great mood, and then I do the bit with this fucking how dumb is this energy, and
you need a good dumb opening joke.
Yeah, it can just make it. It can make the whole set.
That's my thing with like Yamaha. I've had that joke for like a year now, and I love like just squeezing that in there somewhere.
Yeah,
because it puts me in a good mood. Yeah, even if it's like in the middle of a set, I do that. I'm like, all right, I'm back, baby. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I think what just makes me energized when I do the JFK bit, whether no one laughs, whether people laugh, at least they know this movie exists.
I know.
Last time I did it like in front of a regular audience, I got like 3 whats, and it was like, what? And I was like, I would say a line, and they would go, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all I need. I don't even care if anyone laughs.
At least you learned.
It's really a learning experience for that. That's what,
one person went home every night after you do that joke and Googled the movie.
I got, when I did Potluck, because you only got like 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I just did the JFK bit. And there was
the whole thing.
How'd
it go?
There was one guy, this old guy, who said, has anyone seen that movie? So he was in the whole time. So when I did the final punchline of it, he was dying.
Nice.
And I was like, that's all I need. No one else was really laughing. Yeah. There was a great moment when I did it, because a lot of times at Bourbon Room, Doug Benson goes like second, and he's like doing his jokes. And maybe some people didn't laugh at one. He's like, all right, should we bring out Stanley back again? More JFK jokes. More JFK jokes.
That's great.
And I was like, I've made this is one.
You made it. Don't you feel a little bit of pride with that?
I feel a lot of pride with that one. That was if the guy whose whole podcast is about loving movies is going more JFK.
Yeah. How many times have you done Potluck?
Once. It was that one time.
I've only done it twice.
Yeah, I've only done it twice as well.
I lived here 3 years. Only done it 2 times.
You had 2 good sets.
Yeah. Well, the last host didn't seem to think so, but
the host that
guy was a jackass and is dead to me. So who cares?
Yeah, that was a bad host.
We're not gonna get into that. First guy rocked.
The first guy rocked. Yeah, that second host he was a shit host.
I enjoyed my host. It was definitely fun. I mean, I was pretty early in but it was just fun to do. I hadn't done doing the OR.
Were you nervous walking up the stairs to the OR?
I was more I was more nervous about doing. Okay, I'm gonna do the JFK bit for this whole.
That's a long ride.
That was maybe that because I was like, should I do that? And I was like, oh, I'll do it because it's just funny for me to do. Mm-hmm. It was definitely. I was definitely nervous. I was more. I had that really incredible opportunity to do the main room.
Yeah.
So walking onto that was more.
Did you do that before or after?
Before.
Oh, so you already had it down.
Yeah, I didn't know that was before.
That was before. Yeah. The Potluck was maybe like a month ago, maybe a little more than a month ago. But the main room one, I had done that before. That was just
How'd you get that gig?
So my boss, who does the Supernova in the Bourbon Room, they had a show that they were doing at the main room, and my boss couldn't. He usually would do 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He would do his set, and he couldn't. And so people asked if anyone could help out, and I said I could, and then I got his spot.
That's awesome.
So
man,
I got to do, and it was one of the, and I was crazy because I guess the first 2 were like the kind of up and coming 6-minute spots.
Yeah.
And then I did the 8. I did one of the main kind of the bigger ones. And I was like, wow, these people have probably done stand up way more than I did. So I'm just gonna act like I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, just act like you know what you're doing.
But and then I did that, and it was It is. Well, I mean, and I think that was I think also this is crazy. The first time I ever opened with the JFK bit was at the main.
Wow.
Because I remember thinking, "Oh, I'm open." I was like, because it was very last second. I knew I was doing it. It was like maybe 2 hours before I did it.
I
knew.
think that would be better than knowing like,
Yeah.
hey, next week,
Yeah,
you
it
got
was
the thing.
Like 2 hours before.
Yeah.
I think I knew I was doing it. So I was like, "What am I doing?" And then once I realized I'll open with the JFK, but I felt fine. I was
Good,
like,
yeah.
I felt good. And then,
You got a guaranteed right out of the
I was
jump.
like, and it went well. I definitely got it was I think I did pretty well. And when I got off, I thought I was gonna throw up. I was like, I was just sitting on the couch, head down after just like playing with my fidget spinner. While like all these huge comics are just around each other talking, and
who was back there? If you feel like saying.
Well, no, Nikki Glazer was back there,
Wow.
and I brought up Brett Goldstein,
Wow.
and
Really?
I walk up, I bring him up, and he said, "Good job," and I was like, "God, I hope you genuinely listen to any."
yeah. Not just like a passing. Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, one time at Bourbon Room, he said he really liked one of my jokes. I was like, "Wow," and then I thought, man, I need to watch Ted Lasso. I feel.
Dude, I just found out that guy was a comic like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's-
after finishing Ted Lasso, like
I think a
3
lot of-
years too late.
I think a lot of people are realizing because he's a British comic. I know he was on like one of Ricky Gervais's shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had no idea until we saw a picture of him at the Improv, and we were like, "What?" It was
That's
crazy.
the soccer guy, the football
Yeah,
guy,
because we
right?
just watched Ted Lasso like way late. I think I don't know when it came out.
Yeah,
but it was a great
it's-
show, and yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a very, very fun, very British, very fun. I mean, very British comic.
I saw that video on your Instagram of you walking out on that main room, and I was like so happy for you. I was like, that is fucking awesome, dude.
That's the dream, baby.
It wasn't. It was. I still can't believe it.
Dude, I mean, that's it. That's the stage. That's what we moved out here for. It's for the Comedy Store.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big. I mean, yeah, it was really amazing. I felt, and the person that runs it, Sydney, she was saying like she was very proud and said I did really well, and I was
That's
like, this
fucking
is
awesome.
It was, yeah. One guy came up to me. I had met him. Guy came up to me and I guess he was a comic. He does at least I told him about Badger and Jam.
Okay.
So you're welcome, Badger and Jam. A customer.
You're welcome.
But and he told me that he thought I was one of the best of the night, and I was like,
Did you record the whole set, or it was just the walk up?
I asked someone to film the walk. I recorded it audio. I have the audio
Yeah.
of it.
That's good.
I have the audio of it. I don't have the whole filmed of it.
That's all right.
But
The
it was-
walk-up
well, they
is
barely
fucking
let you
awesome.
film anything in
No,
in
I
there
didn't film
anyway,
it.
so.
I just wanted. I recorded it. I felt.
Yeah.
But I asked if she could film me walking up because I was like, I need that.
Yeah, and so smart. You
Yeah.
need the walk up. That's the coolest fucking part.
I need my
The audio's
name
just
being
for you.
said, and it was it was an amazing moment.
Oh man,
That's awesome, dude.
I can't wait for the day I'm standing behind those curtains,
Yeah.
back in that room. What was that room like?
I mean, it was definitely interesting because just seeing the you see people post photos behind there,
Yeah.
and
It's like a little club that you can't get to.
yeah, it was it was cool. It was again just it was also funny because some of those comics I have seen, I've sort of talked to because
Yeah.
they've come to Bourbon Room or Supernova. He's like, I remember I went to Nick. I don't know if you remember me, but I've definitely walked you to the door several times. And she was like, oh yeah. But it was. I really thought when I walked off I was gonna throw up. I was
Wow.
I just thought wow, this was
Just out of
just
I can't
couldn't believe it.
yeah.
It was also again I knew I was doing it 2 hours before, so I
Uh-huh.
was all just surreal, and it was just I think
I stand by. I think that helps.
yeah.
because
I can agree.
It's like with the potluck.
Yeah.
When I first got my potluck email back, you find out 4 hours ahead of time,
Yeah.
3 hours or something like
Well,
that.
yeah, it's the day of. They tell you at 1 p.m. They're like, you're going up in the OR
Yeah.
tonight. And it's never on a day when you want to go up. You're always
Yeah.
in a bad mood or
That's
had
it.
a bad day at work
Yeah,
or something. It's
always.
always some shit, and you see the email, you go,
Yeah.
it's a thing you wanted, and you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
why today?
Yeah, it's always the
That's
day
so
when you
true.
have a headache
Yeah.
and you fucking stub your
or
toe.
you're too hungover for some reason.
That definitely was what happened when I found out.
Yeah?
That definitely was not having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I like it though because it didn't give me enough time to black hole panic my fucking self to death, like I fucking like to do for some reason. I like to go, like with the show, anytime I get a show, you know, it's like, hey, you got a show next month. I'm chilling the whole month until like the day of, and I'm like, I'm gonna bomb. I just want, like, it's like a fucking some mind trick I do to myself.
Yeah, I felt that way with roast battle.
Yeah.
Each roast battle, like the few days before, I'm like, oh, I'm fucked.
Uh-huh.
I am fucked.
The closer it gets, my mind fucking tells me you're gonna suck.
Yeah, I
And
thought.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So I like the last minute, like you don't have time to panic. Like you have just enough time to get your shit together and go.
See, I don't know. I'm the complete opposite. I like replace. I put it out of like mind, and I shove it all into the 2 seconds when I walk up on stage, and I go like, all right, everybody.
You fucking hold out.
I hold out until like I'm like same thing with potluck until I'm walking up onto the OR, and then I go, all right, everybody. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
I shove like 2 months worth of panicking into like 6 seconds, and then just like blow past it.
I definitely I kind of on both sides. Definitely. Maybe I lean a little more towards you because I've had moments like at Bourbon Supernova where I had to like either bring up or follow a big comic.
Yeah.
And it's like I remember last second, Jeff Ross was gonna bring me up to
Wow.
close. This was like almost.
Wow,
this was almost a year ago at Supernova. Like he was second to last, and I was just closing, so like people could write their checks.
Yeah.
And I think Sarah Silverman was before him, so it was Sarah Silverman, Jeff Ross.
Wow.
Me.
Stanley.
So three classic Jews in a row. But I remember I have that. I think I have that film of him bringing me up because I was
right
like,
on.
this was because I was like, wow, I'm getting brought. This was like that was one of the first like.
You gotta show
this
me
is
that
a-
after.
This was it was one of the first. Oh, this is one of the first like big moments like. It's last second.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Right on. My first potluck, it was so, I don't know, like kind of last minute. Day of is last minute, I think, and it was one of those. Yeah, I didn't let myself fucking psych myself out. I had just enough time to get home from work and fucking shower and get dressed, kind of just relax, and that was one of those times where it was like, I've been waiting for it for so long that I was so weirdly not nervous that like my body just took over and I was just like I've got this sort of thing. And my first time I fucking crushed, and then second time I kind of bombed pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely. I remember. I think before I went up when Jeff Ross brought me up, someone like goes to me and they're like, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "I have to be."
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
it's
that's-
just
What are you
like-
gonna go? No, I'm not.
And I was like, I have to. You sometimes with those moments, you just kind of have to be. And also, I think you have to. It's so hard to remember, but also in short term, like people, unless you like historically bomb,
Yeah.
people forget that real easy.
Yeah, no, people aren't thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Yeah.
And I'm so far up my own ass. Like people aren't thinking about me the way I think they are. You know what I mean? And also, it shows something if you can pull off some last minute shit. Like just last night, I was supposed to go second, I think, on the lineup.
And they moved you second to last.
Yeah, and then they moved me second to last minute. And the host came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Like, I know this is last minute, but like I gotta move you. There's a schedule change." And I was just like, "Yeah, it's fine, whatever." I was just like, "Whatever you need, it doesn't matter."
Yeah.
And then that made her feel so comfortable that I was so chill, and I was just like, "Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you need, I'll just do."
Yeah,
and
that's
it just made
definitely-
her life easier, and I think that's something that maybe they'll keep in mind. Like, oh, you know who's always reliable? Fucking this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally, yeah.
she's used to telling people that and them going, "What?"
Yeah, but I was supposed.
But
to be
I was
second.
supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's definitely important to not be a dick, especially like if you,
Shocking revelation.
Don't be a dick,
Don't
guys.
be a dick.
don't be a
guys.
dick. Well, also especially like if when you have no position to
Yeah,
be a dick.
yeah, me,
There's
I'm
people,
fucking over
there's
it.
people that are dicks that like have no reason to
Yeah.
be dicks.
Yeah.
It's like there's just no.
Could you imagine? I go, I'm not standing for this. Who are you? Yeah, fucking me, dude.
Yeah.
This was not in my writer. It's
Yeah.
like you do open mics.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, also not even just don't be a dick. It's just good to be like reliable. Like like in like I'm just thinking like with acting, it's good to be like directable, like be able to take direction and
Yeah.
just go with the flow.
Yeah, the best thing you can be is useful.
Yeah.
I think so. That goes miles.
Yeah.
Even better than your set maybe goes that night. But if you're fucking reliable, on time, reliable, fucking in a good mood, I think that's like half the battle, I think.
Oh, 100%.
With like, maybe bringer shows or something.